Hello everyone, welcome to my garden. Let's start with the angel's trumpet. It's a small tree. Look at those beautiful white flowers. You can see why they are called angel's trumpet. They smell beautiful as well. In the woodshed at the back, hanging up is some garlic that hubby grew. They're just drying out for a couple of weeks. Australian garlic, or Aussie garlic I think they're called. This is my little triangle garden bed. Mainly herbs, but I've thrown a few other things in there like roses. There's a chamomile, great for tea, strawberries, and around the edge are rosemary plants. There's my sundial, oregano there in the back, or oregano. There's my sweet little blueberry bush that doesn't want to grow because I keep moving it around. And I have about 6 little thyme plants there that I've just newly planted in that garden bed. There's another couple. Just moving around to the other side. There's a pot plant there that needs cutting back. Always a lot of work to do. Cucumber plant, and look what I found, a snail. Naughty snail. I just threw him there over on the grass. There's the oregano and the rosemary around the edge. A rose bush, and in front of the rose bush you can see a little chamomile plant that came up from last year, and I cut those flowers off today and had some tea. More strawberry plants, and there by the stick is a sunflower. It's going to grow all the way up along that stick. This is the seed raising tray that I had on one of my other videos. From the left is tomato, watermelon, basil, sunflower, Californian poppy, and alyssum. White alyssum that one is. Some of them didn't germinate. These ones here have, and I've transplanted them. The peppermint didn't want to germinate. I think I had a bad batch of seeds there. And they're the sunflowers that came out of the seed raising tray. More cucumbers that hubby had left over, and some watermelon that came from the seed tray as well. Over to the New Guinea creeper, quite rare plant. There's beautiful bright yellow flowers on there. I just love that. It's very, very slow growing. So I've had that for quite a few years. And looking over to my little ornamental garden bed. Lots of roses. As you can see, I've been busy putting some straw down. It's very, very dry. There's a purple penstemon. Beautiful bell-shaped flowers with white centres. You can see the dew on the rose. It was about 8 o'clock in the morning when I filmed this. More penstemons. More of a wine colour with again the white centres. The bees just love those flowers. They're quite hardy once they get going. Lovely pink carpet rose. The flowers are prolific on that particular plant. some white alyssum. They like to reseed all over the place as well. I can't remember what you call that purple plant, but the flowers dry after a while, so you can pick some dried flowers. A burgundy coloured rose, feels like suede, very, very soft. Some about to bud, about to flower roses in the pastel yellow. And my iceberg roses, there's a standard and a bush. Another penstemon at the front, and just a little shrub. I can't remember what you call this plant, but Mum gave me those. They're quite expensive to buy. Beautiful coral pinky colour flower with yellow centres, and the bees just love them. It's a beautiful sunny day. Another burgundy rose, looking up to the beautiful blue sky and overlooking the rest of the garden and the house there. And my daughter's bird cage is hidden behind there somewhere next to the shed. The alyssum's growing everywhere. Let's go around down to the side path. You'll see the bird bath. I feel sorry for the birds. I always like to have some water for them. And this is my beautiful weeping cherry. It has little cherries on there. Reminds me of Christmas. And some lavender. I always snip the lavender off and put them in little sachets so I can place them in the drawers. And another rose with a deep pink colour to it. More lavender. You can see all the spikes on the rose there. So let's go down the steps and we'll take you to the Veggie Garden. Hubby's been busy with his veggie patch, so we're going to get lots and lots of veggies this summer. I'm really looking forward to it. There's a wax flower bush, very slow growing, and then just looking up back to the house, up the stairs. Some agapanthus on the left. And here it is, 3 big garden beds with the citrus trees at the back there. So the first garden bed here has 3 rows of beans, which I can't wait to harvest. I might make a video of harvesting all these lovely veggies. Some basil in the middle there at the end. You can't grow tomatoes without the basil. And there on the little trellis there on the frame is some snow peas. They're going to grow all the way up. Be great for salads. The second garden bed we have some silver beet at the front there. They're quite mature plants and we've popped in some little ones because the big ones are about finished. We have an assortment of different varieties of lettuce, and I can't recall the names at the moment. There's a zucchini. There's a little zucchini there with a flower on the end. And more lettuce. Have a mixture on the plate, it'll be nice. There's some onion sprigs growing just for the tops. Pop them in salads. And a couple of cucumbers. And here on the end is capsicum. I love capsicum. I love cooking stuffed capsicum. There you can see some more growth. They get a bit sappy when you first buy them. They've got to sort of toughen up a bit. This is the last garden bed, and that one's eggplant. I love eggplant as well. I love roasting it. So there's 4 eggplants, and we have quite a few kale plants for juicing, and a whole lot of tomatoes. They're doing really well, they're quite hardy, and hubby's nicely irrigated and mulched the beds, as you can see. So I think we have about 10 tomato plants there. So in another 3 weeks that'll look completely different. Now we're walking over to the lemon tree. This is a Lisbon lemon. We've had that there for quite a few years, so it's taken a long time to take off. But it is just full of fruit. There's just literally hundreds of lemons on there. I keep forgetting that there's spikes on the branches. But when that tree was flowering, it was beautiful perfume. Came from that tree. And there's some watermelon. First time growing watermelon, so I'm really looking forward to that. And my little orange tree. You can see the oranges there. It's a lot small, it's only been there for about 3 years, so we don't have as much in comparison to the lemon tree, but I think that's the most we'll ever have so far. Look at the tiny little baby lemons, aren't they cute? Oranges. Little teeny ones. You've got to be careful because they can drop off quite easily if you fiddle with them too much. And just coming back up towards the house, looking on the other side of the yard. Quite dry. Walking up the old steps. And finishing off on the back veranda. Looks like a little waterfall of pearls. I love that plant. And my little ceramic snails down the bottom. Keeping an eye out on everything. My fuchsias, they're about to flower. And my Christmas lights that have been there all year long. And just some other little pot plants I've got down there. Beautiful glistening coral flowers on that one with yellow centres. The other pots have some cuttings from that one. I'm trying to grow more of those. And again the chain of pearls. the old Aussie rusty barbecue and some ferns. There's a circle of friends. My little prawn plant. They look like prawns. I don't know what the botanical name is to that. My elephant's ears and my pot full of dragons. I love dragons. So that's it, guys. Thanks for coming along. And just before we go, let's have a quick hi to Rita.
Are you ready? What's you doing? What's you? What are you doing?